Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So I am Kanika and we are here together to read some new books, to discuss some new books and to have some book suggestions which will help you to understand what you actually like. So if you are also a beginner and you are in a confusion about which genre you want to get in and what are the books that you can try when you are going into a new genre as a first book, then this video is for you and you are at the right place. So I am here in this particular video with 5 different recommendations from completely different genres. These genres are completely independent of each other and you can actually choose a book which you want to pick up for your future reads and for changing of genres, or even if you are a beginner and to know your interest, whether you actually want to go into that or not. So without any further ado, let's start with the video. So I will start the video with my favorite genre, that is the suspense thriller. So this is the genre which hooks me, and this was a genre which, because of which I started reading books and I wanted to continue this hobby. And this is the genre where I would recommend Dan Brown's Angel and Demons. Why did I pick up this book from the lot? Even Dan Brown has 6 books in this particular series and he has wrote quite a wonderful books. I would like to suggest you Angel and Demons from the suspense thriller genre because this is a wonderful book to start with. When we are starting with this genre, then we need to have a particular scenario. So this is a book that which will give you drama, this will give you things to imagine, they will tell you about the area, they will take you to a travel tour, and this will give you the entire murder mystery. So Angel and Demon is a book which will give you a tour of the Vatican City and the murder of 4 cardinals, and it will also give you an insight into Christian mythology. It is not exactly the mythology, but yeah, he molds the events into in such a scenario that what might happen if this was true. And in Dan Brown books, there is a great description of the place which he is taking you on the traveling tour to. So here the place is the Vatican City. He will take you to the monuments and the sculptures which are actually there, and he will give you a story to think about that what might be the situation if this was the story behind creating all these structures. So that is how he explains you the entire set building. He will create a set in your mind and then he will take you through the journey of murder of 4 cardinals and how unknown to the entire world there is a spree going on during this particular search. And this book was quite in a controversy because of the way they depicted the Christian mythology, and so this is a controversial book as well, so you can obviously go with this book. So this is my first book suggestion in suspense thriller genre, that is Angel and Demons by Dan Brown. Then moving on to the next genre, what I have is the mythological fiction. Now Indian mythology is something which will give you a new perspective with every new book that you read. Right, so I took up this book, that is The Palace of Illusion by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. So she is the one who wrote this book from the viewpoint of Draupadi. So now Draupadi is quite an important character in entire Mahabharata, and looking at that particular epic from a viewpoint of a lady who was playing an epital role in the entire series is quite a different experience. So in spite of the fact that there might be some things that you might not find connecting to the actual epic, but this book is quite entertaining and this will give new perspective to look at. So if you are interested in mythology and you want to know something about it, then you should definitely go for it. But if you are not interested in changing the laws and changing the rules that might be there when it is written from one perspective, and you are not a person who can actually take in the difference and the changes, then you please do not go for this book. This is not recommended for you. But in case you are looking for something new to read and you want to go for mythological fiction, I think this is a good book to start with. So this was The Palace of Illusion by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni from me, and I think this is a great book to start with in this particular genre. Moving on to the third book, and the third genre is the thriller again. So yeah, I distinguish between the suspense thriller and the thriller genre, and that is why I am taking it as a thriller genre, because there is a less suspense and more thrill in this book. And who else can be the one to start when we are going for thrillers? Yes, it is of course Sidney Sheldon, and the book I picked up for this particular suggestion is Tell Me Your Dreams. Now, what is there in this book? So, without giving any spoilers, I would like to tell you that this particular book, that is Tell Me Your Dreams, is a story of three women, and they represent three different personalities. One is very outgoing and very courageous, very bold. The another one is a shy singer, and the third one is contradicting to all both these personalities, and she moves on between being a bold sometimes and the shy person. So this is a story of three girls, and they are sort of colleagues, and the story moves on bringing some revelations, but at the interval. So at the middle of the story, there is a shocking revelation, and that makes the turn in the entire series. So I am not going to give you any spoilers at all, but yes, that is how the story goes, and then the thrill begins. This is how they go together and how they conclude their story, and how it brings you to a wonderful end. And this was the book that will keep you hooked. If you are a beginner, go for it. If you want to change your genres, go for it. And this is the book which is go for it for everybody, right? So this is the book that I would like to keep in the thriller genre, and I think this is a must-read book that you should go on with. Moving on to the next genre, what we have is the sarcastic comedy. So now this is quite a different genre to listen about, but a comedy is something which attracts every reader. So the book that I am going to include in this particular segment is The Legend of Lakshmi Prasad by Twinkle Khanna. So what we have in this book is the combination of three stories which challenges the societal expectations, which challenges the social norms in our society, and the books challenge them in quite a subtle manner and with a hint of comedy everywhere. So that is a sarcastic comedy that I put it in. They are not a direct comedy sequences that you can find in here, but the hints are so subtle that you will enjoy them for sure. So the first story that it have is the story of a girl named Lakshmi, and how she changes the outlook of the village that she is living in by planting trees, and how she works for her environment as well as against the societal norms. So that is what is covered in the first story, The Legend of Lakshmi Prasad. Then moving on to the second story is the story of Noni Appa. She is an aged woman who is a widow, and how she challenges the societal norms by that being in that age she falls in love, and then she continues to live her life on her own norms instead of going with the societal rules. Then the third one is The Padman, as you know, as I have already told you about it. And again, then there is a hint of everything that a village holds and how these things need to be improved at some stages. So these are the three stories that Mrs. Funny Bones incorporated in this sarcastic comedy. And again, I would like to tell you that if you are looking for some direct comedy, then this is not the thing for you. This is a sarcastic comedy. It will give you subtle hints of comedy, and they want to bring the change without actually offending someone. So I like this book quite a lot, and this is just three short stories mixed up and quite a simple and easy read. So in case you are looking for something which is light and you are not in the mood of involving yourself too much, and then you can go for this book. And if you are in some reading slum that you are not going to read more books and you are not wanting to go for it, then this book is also a go-to book, because this will give you entertainment as well as they will give you some matter to think about, but they will not stress on anything, and you are not going to regret it because this is quite a thin book to read too, right? So this was my another suggestions. Then moving on to the next genre, what we have is the fictional motivation. So whenever we hear the word motivation, we are like, oh God, we will have some facts, we will have some figures, we will have some steps to follow, and then we will have some thing to learn about to jot down. But here is something that is fictional motivation. Here is a story of an individual which will inspire you, but that too in a different story manner. So the book that I covered here is The Ultimate Gift by Jim Stovall. I have already uploaded the complete review and a video about this particular book. You will find the link in the description box as well as the I button above. But the reason why I included this book in this video as well as under the head fictional motivation is that if you are a beginner or you are looking for something to switch and you are looking for something light to read, you can go for this book. Here you will find the journey of a boy who converted from a boy to being a responsible person and who received wonderful gifts from his uncle in his will. How he was taught the 12 basic life goals and life learnings by his uncle, and how he was left with the immense wealth and the way how he can multiply it and how he should restore it. So that is what is covered in this particular book, and I think this is a wonderful fictional motivation that you can have in this particular series. So these were the 5 books that I recommend you, and I would like to give you one bonus as well. So what is the bonus book that I would declare in this video is the Who Moved My Cheese, which is entirely a business book. Right. So the business students, mostly the MBA students, might have heard of it and they might be reading it quite a lot. But this book, that is Who Moved My Cheese, gives you a sort of motivation and business insight that we should keep looking around us about the updates that is there and about how the circumstances around us are changing, so that we can adapt to them before they turn us down. So this is the story of 2 rats. One of them is quite proactive. He keeps looking around, he keeps searching around, and another one is a person who gets comfortable in the comfort zone and is not trying to move around. So how these 2 persons came out of their mazes, how they became successful in this life, is what we are having in this book. This is quite a quick read. You can complete it even in 30 minutes, and yet you can learn the maximum out of them. So this was the bonus book that I would recommend here in this particular video. And so we are having these 6 books which you can go to if you are looking for a new genre to explore, for if you are a beginner and you are thinking about some books from where to start it. Choose your genre, whichever you like. Choose the book, whichever you like. These are the first book that you can pick up so that you actually know what that genre is, right? So I will be waiting eagerly to know your comments in the comment section about whether you like those books, whether you loved those books. If you ordered them, then please review it. Please give your recommendations and your support to us. If you like this video, do share it with your friends, and do not forget to click on the like button. And if you are new to this channel, click on subscribe button as well as the bell icon so that you are updated with every new book we are reading. And here we give you book recommendations. We also review single books. So in case you want me to review any specific book, do mention in the comment section and I will make sure that I will read that book and upload the review for you. Please share your love on us so that we get the encouragement to make more content and to bring out what you need in this particular channel. I will see you in the next video. Till then, happy reading.